Yo, what is going on, guys? Hutcho322 here, and I'm bringing you guys, fans and coaches of the ASL, another ASL video. And today we have for you guys the ASL Season 5 Week 4 weekly recap. And today, a little bit late, just about a day. Gonna be going up right after transactions. Is last night I just remembered, YouTube's a thing, and I should probably record for it. So yeah, we are here now, guys. And without further ado, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get on to the video. So you can see on your screen we have a 2A6, what am I thinking? 2A6, 2060, 5050, 2020, and a 50. Let me talk like a normal human being. So as you can see for the weekly heroes, we have Jirachi, Metacham, and Mega Charwy. So without further ado, let's hop in to the first match. So for the first match, we have the Aussie Kangaskhan's and the Slow Bohemians. EN is going to take a victory in this match, 2-0 over TJ. Getting some nice kills with Rosary and really spreading out the kills well, so let's go ahead and start off by watching the match. If you want to see Ian's perspective, his channel will be linked down below. So we have Mega Kangaskhan going to be out against the Ribone Bee, is just going to go for a Facade, which is probably predicting the Mew to have Will-O-Wisp would be my guess. And Ian's just going to go straight into his Incineroar, trying to put a lot of pressure on. He's going to get a good knockoff onto this Vaporeon. He's going to get rid of its leftovers, but it can still recover through the leech life, no leech seed. So the Roserade is going to have to go straight out since it's not guaranteed to be the Silvally, but Silvally is going to set up a substitute. Then goes for a Toxic, which really hurts TJ as he is going to miss. But the Drain Punch surprisingly does not kill, and TJ is going to miss again. So he's missed like 8 Toxics or something stupid like that this season. It's probably not that high, but it's actually really high. We're going to see the Lando go for a knockoff, getting rid of this Donphan's Choice Band. So Choice Band Donphan, not gonna lie, makes sense. But Donphan is going to get up the rocks, which is going to put pressure on Ian's team. And it's going to show that Ian has a Choice Specs Rosary here, but he's going to set up the Toxic Spike. He's going to want to swap out right to the Landers just to try and not lose any momentum. And TJ, what a miracle, is going to land a Toxic right now. He's going to go out into the Donphan, which Donphan does swallow the hit. And can just go for an Ice Shard. Banded Ice Shard's very likely. But Lando does have the Yachi, so it's going to live through that. And down goes the Donphan. So Lando is going to be just sacked off here, because it would have came in on like rocks at 10%, and it's really just not worth it at that point. So the Metagross can just fire up a Bullet Punch if it wants to, but Ian is going to predict the swap and then goes for a Stealth Rock. Very fair prediction, since Ribone Bee is very key for TJ to win this game. Babe is just going to go for a Wish and pass it into the Silvally. As Roserade is going to go for that nice Specs Giga Drain, doing a tremendous amount of damage. Then it's going to go out into the Metagross. He's going to have to take a Flamethrower and then get burned, which really sucks because now this Metagross is essentially just useless. Otherwise, Ian could have like preserved it, gone out to Incineroar, but he's just going to have to sack it off. The Oxus Speed is going to come out. The Oxus Speed is going to set up a nasty plot because Ian knows he can live the Flamethrower pretty comfortably. And then he can just fire off a nice Psychic, getting rid of this Silvally. Gourgeist is going to come out, and then Gourgeist can just follow up with, a Shadow Sneak to get rid of this thing. And it was Fightinium Z Deoxys Speed, obviously, for the Mega T-Tar. And then Incineroar it just walls this thing. There's nothing that Gourgeist can do to get around that. It's going to fire off a nice knockoff, which, coupled with the Poison, is going to get rid of the Ribone Bee. The Vaporeon does come out, but since it doesn't have an item already, it's going to lose. TJ would lose it to the knockoff. It's going to crit the Roserade, which does suck for Ian, but he gets to just fire off a pretty free Giga Drain at this point. He's going to get a lot of health back. And then going into Mew, still not even a safe play, because TJ, he was in a position where he kind of had to make the prediction, because if Ian goes Incineroar, he wins anyways. So that was TJ's best play to go for the Surf, but now Mega Kang just comes in and wins anyways. So that is a very bulky Mega Kang. Oh my god. And we're gonna see Gourgeist come out, like, not even Will-O-Wisping is it's not even worth. So TJ's just gonna go for the Leech. It's not a rack up poison, so that's something, but the Mega King is going to pass the Wish out into Incineroar, which is basically going to spell doom for TJ. as Ian can fire up a knockoff. He can just flare blitz. The knockoff plus poison should do enough to this thing. But we're gonna actually see a synth, so we'll see if Ian does want to fire off the flare blitz. He does have a fire punch instead, which is gonna crit. I really only think that crit mattered for differential. I don't know if TJ would have been able to stall it out enough, but either way, that is gonna be the game. The Aussie Kangaskhan's taking a 2-0 victory over the Slow Bohemians. Then we have the Utah Hoos and the Denver Nummels, a 6-0 in the week. As I'm gonna speed up through a lot of this battle because this is 99 turns long, and yeah, let's just get into it. So we're gonna have Galvantula lead out against Latios. Galvantula wants to set up rocks, but I guess not, or not rocks, but webs. And Demaster was ready. He's packing the magic codes. Very good prep on Blake's part. He's gonna go for the Earthquake for the Klefki, so he's really specialized this Latios set very well. I really like it. And then the Aloe is gonna come in. It's just gonna Scald. Does not want this thing to be subbed up. Blake is going to just Fire Punch, I guess. I don't really know what he was predicting, but Aloe's just gonna Scald. It does absolutely nothing. To this Articuno. Aloe's a very passive mon. Susie's just gonna go into his keys and is gonna go for the Thunder Wave onto the Articuno. Articuno is gonna miss the Hurricane. I mean, you're playing with 70% accurate moves. We've all seen Focus miss. And then Klefki's going to set up a Light Screen, then get out into the Mega Venusaur, which Mega Venusaur can fire up Leech Seeds, or it can just fire up an attack. It is going to go for the Leech Seed, though, as having the Reflecton up is going to force Susie out. And Demaster knows that, so he's going to go for the Stealth Rock, and then just going to go out into the Articuno just to try and pressure this thing out with a Light Screen. Gonna force the Klefki in, and he's gonna go for a Toxic, which is okay. I don't know how to respond to that. Questionable to say the least. We're gonna see Aerodactyl go for the Earthquake. It does show to be Life Orbed, and then Articuno is gonna try and pressure out with a Freeze Dry, but Susie just wants to go out into his Haxorus, which I don't think Haxorus without speed. I think Articuno's like base 103 or something. I don't actually know off the top of my head. But Klefki is going to miss the Play Rough, which, I mean, if we're being honest, how much would that have really done? Probably about that. We're going to see Fire Punch do nothing, which is going to force Blake out into the Articuno. It's kind of just like swapping back and forth for a while. Just Thunder Waving. Like, I don't want to skip through all of it, but I also don't want to watch 95 turns of Susie just stalling Blake down. So, oh, nice little glitch. So, Galvantula, it does show to be Lightning Rod, so it's not Rocky Head, or Rock Head, that's why it showed Fire Punch. We're going to see Toxic, so we're actually going to see these two get Toxic, but we know one of them, at least one of them has Heal Bell, which is stupid. Yep, we're going to see this try and pressure it out. Aloe comes out on the Earthquake this time. Klefki, see what I mean? It's the same situation. Susie finally goes into Weavile here, which she gets to fire off a nice Crash. He's going to do a lot. Crit it. And not wanting to take a Mach Punch, he just goes out into Venusaur. Then Latios comes out and doubles. Klefki comes out. It's just, it's a lot. If you guys want to watch this replay at like full speed, it'll be linked down below. The replays are linked in every single video down below. So if you want to watch it in like full speed, go for it. I just don't want an hour-long video. So we're going to see Weavile actually get the first kill of the match. 71 turns in. First kill of the match. This is called Hyper Stall, my guys. So, we see him on top go for the Mach Punch, which does like nothing. Aerodactyl then comes out. Reflect is going to be set up by Klefki. And Aloe, they better be glad we aren't playing on Wi-Fi, or else this game would have expired a while ago. So we're going to see Mega Latios come out. We're going to see a Wish from Mr. Brad Killer. Gonna just pass it into Klefki, you know, why not? Just keep Wish passing. Oh, Haxorus gonna go for the all-out pummeling? Yes, please. Does not kill the Umbreon, as Umbreon does foul play. So, Umbreon's dead if Susie can find a way to get rocks up, which she didn't bring rocks, so not skip to a turn. You know, Leech Seed gonna reflect. Arrow's gonna be dead in a minute. Earthquake, that's 11%. Now Aerodactyl's dead in one more hit. And the Master just chooses to sack it off. Going for the defense drop, he does get it. So then Aloe's gonna kill the Umbreon, so progress there. We see Klefki, it's gonna take the freeze dry. Set up a light screen, Hurricane. Okay, we can just play it out now. We're gonna see a Play Rough, and Toxic is going to be really racking up on this Articuno. And Play Rough is gonna beat the rest of Blake's team anyways, so you might as well just stay in with this Articuno, as it will now die to Toxic next turn. As Klefki does live the Hurricane, it can go for Play Rough, gets rid of that thing. And Hitmontop is going to come out, go for a Mach Punch. Suzy just got to preserve the 6-0, not a bad strategy, especially when Mega Venusaur is going to wall this thing. Going to go for the Leech Seed, just a safe play. And Blake is going to go for the Rapid Spin, very good play, nice flashy play, I like it. And then he's going to go for a Low Sweep, just really showing off his set. Yeah. We're just going to see a Sludge Bomb. It's going to get rid of Megalodios. And then Hitmontop, it just loses to this thing. It just can't do anything. It's going to be a Sludge Bomb here that's going to two-shot from this range. And thank God it is finally over. And please never play this again. Please. Just 6-0 him in like 30 turns or not 99 turns. But either way, Utah Utes 6-0 over the Denver Nuggets. And then for the first weekly hero, we have Jirachi getting 3 kills in Keister's enormous 3-0 victory over AZ and the Houston Hoopas. This is a very big win for Keister, as it gets him in the 500 spot, which is very important for him after starting 1-2. Loves to get back to 2-2. And next week is going to be very important for AZ because it'll determine where his season is heading. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into this match. So we got Licky Thicky. That's a great name. We're going to see Mega Lopunny, and it's going to go for a Protect. So, interesting. I guess he was predicting like Rocky Helmets. That's why he didn't want to run Fake Out or something like that. But Jirachi is going to go for the Stealth Rock. As Keister's then forced out into his Pelipper because the Heatran is here. I would have been flashy and ran HP Electric Heatran because, you know, why not? But the Licky is going to get Toxic, and then Keister misses a Whirlpool, which is really bad because now it reveals what set he is, and now AZ swaps out into the Floatzel. It's going to get Toxic, so Keister's going to make the proper play there, predicting the swap, so good on him. Then Pelipper does go for the Roost, so this is possibly his defensive wall. But Pelipper's putting in a little bit of work right now. So we're gonna see Licky have to take a Whirlpool here, and then the return is gonna do nothing. So Keister can just let this Licky die by the likes of his Pelipper. Just stare into the Licky's eyes. And, you know, gonna just be getting chipped down real nice. Protect gonna come through, but Pelipper does not mind. He's still staring through your soul. Gonna be 25% from the Poison and then 13 from the Whirlpool. And Keister's best play is just a Roost, so that when he's killed the Latias, you can be at full. So Aerodactyl does come out. And Keister, not wanting to take a Stone Edge, gonna go into his Jirachi. Does get crit, probably not what he wants to see. But either way, Jirachi can go ahead and fire off a big Steel type attack. But he's going to go for the Thunder Punch. So, predicting the Floatzel, of course, that is going to go for the U-turn. So, we know that this Jirachi is not choiced in any manner. But I would have also ran Freeze Dry for the Pelipper. I don't know, just thinking of flashy stuff. But we're going to see rocks on both sides now. So, Liquidation in the Rain does hurt a tremendous amount. But the Pelipper can take it kind of, sort of. The defense drop is going to hurt a lot. But Keister can still Roost off. And Toxic is going to kill the Floatzel next turn. Pelipper is going to get the second defense drop. So thank God it's dying now. Otherwise Keister would have been in big trouble. And the Toxic stall is working very well for this Pelipper. Putting in a lot of work. Mega Lopunny is going to dodge a Stone Edge. Wouldn't have killed anyways. But now I'm sure that Megalopony's out of aerial ace range or wing attack or whatever AC wants to run. So it's just a bit annoying for him. But Latios is going to dodge the Toxic and then is going to fire off a Toxic of its own. So Heatran comes out. Heatran can like launch up a Fire Blast, Magma Storm, whatever it wants to do. Magma Storm is probably his best play. Keekster's just going to go out into the Pelipper. He knows he can live. The Magma Storm is going to miss. That sucks for AZ. It really does. But then Pelipper can get off a Scald. So that has to be especially defensive Heatran. I mean, there's no other way that it's taking that hit that well. So Keekster wants to keep this Heatran in. And they are both unable to move. But the Pelipper is going to drop. So now the Heatran can move if it wants to. But AZ is just going to stay in, sack it off with the Kingdra. He has no good swap-ins. But he's actually going to go to Piloswine, which is interesting, and then double to Latios. I don't understand that at all. I guess he wanted him to burn his Z move. That's the only thing I can think of. But Piloswine comes back out on the Jirachi, making a nice double there, and Jirachi goes for the Iron Head, gonna flinch, so everything that could go wrong is going wrong for AZ. Just gonna Iron Head, or get some Ice Shard chip. And this has really not been AZ's game. He's been getting a little bit unlucky for sure. And is going to be flinched again. But I mean, to be fair, if we're talking in technicality, it's bad luck for Keekster if he doesn't flinch. So we're going to see the Jirachi live on 3 and then kills with Iron Head. So a nice little Jirachi sweep at the end is going to give Keekster a big 5-0 in week 4. So then for the 4th match, we have the Hartford Whalmers in the London Lapras, and Cody is going to continue to steamroll the ASL at this point. We're not going to put Mega Aggron on here because Mega Aggron was a weekly hero for week 3. So we are going to put Medicham on here. Nice 3 kills, 0 deaths, and let's just see how Cody ticked this nice 5-0 dub. So Mudsdale is going to swap out from the Cryo, or go into the Cryo on the Thundy since Cryo is very special defensive. Go over a Freeze Dry, does nice and 6% to Regice, which Regice just absolutely laughs at. And then goes for Thunderbolt, but Alolan Muck is going to eat it up pretty well. As Registeel is going to absolutely eat up the Ice Punch. So we're going to see an eject button go out into the Zygarde. Very good design set by TCP because now he just gets to set up a free Dragon Dance if he wants, but he's going to go for a nice 1,000 arrows into the Mudsdale. I'm a little surprised that he swapped here. Doesn't really make a whole ton of sense to me, if I'm being honest, because you live and you hit, guaranteed. But, you know, Cryo is going to come out here on the grass, not doing anything. They can go for a recover, as the Thunders actually runs Defog. That's actually hilarious, because in the transactions video yesterday, Susie said there is no way that you're running Thunder's Therian on, or Defog on Thunder's Therian. If you do, you should quit Mons. That's actually so funny. I don't even think you saw this free play. So we're going to see Mega Aggron go for the low kick. Oh my god, that's awesome. And Zygarde's going to go for the 1,000 waves. Not waves, but what am I talking about? Arrows. As Mega Aggron, you already know, packing the Avalanche. And Thundurus can go for the Thunderbolt, which is going to paralyze the Cryo, which is definitely annoying. And then TCP is going to miss. That's why you don't mess around with Focus Miss, and you're better off clicking HP Fighting like 5 or 6 times. So we're going to see Freeze Dry do, again, laughable damage. But TJ, the Medicham, is going to come out. Fire off a nice HJK or not. We're going to see Masharna come out. Cody's going to make the proper swap. Going to go for the Pursuit, predicting this thing to go out. But TCP does pack the Cobra Berry. But the Poison Touch going to come in very big for Cody at this point. Going to Baton Pass. So TCP making really good plays around this at this point. We're going to see an Earthquake come out, but there's nothing you could do from stopping this Mega Medicham from claiming its kills that it rightfully deserves. Nice little Life Orb Medicham. Thunderous Therian is going to come out. Mudsdale, you know, just why not? Going to finally make the play into Mudsdale. Then he's going to double into the Cryogonal. Very smart plays on Cody's part, because Focus Blast is going to miss again. Focus miss. Nice, nice, nice. But Cryo is going to be paralyzed. And Cody is just going to go out into the Medicham. And the one time that it does hit, it's going to be when Medicham's out. And Medicham is going to double out into the Alolan Muck. And TCV was trying to just capitalize on maybe Mudsdale or Crow coming out. We're going to see a barrier, which is going to be annoying for Cody. He can go for a knockoff, and this Moonlight is really not going to be doing wonders. Because that poison is going to start racking up. Actually, no, it doesn't. It's 12%. But Suicune just laughs at this Musharna setting up and says, anything you can do, I can do it better. He's going to burn this Regice just to get a little bit of residual, because, you know, why not? And this Suicune is going to be chipping down the Regice just to make sure it doesn't do anything like fancy. And the Regice is going to go for a Psych Up, so interesting. And we're going to see a Scald come in, do 18%. And then Cody's just going to go ahead and keep his Suicune in, no point to swap it out. And is going to see the Regice go for a nice rest. So, okay, I thought it was going to be a little bit longer, but Cody gonna go straight out into his Aggron. Does not want to mess around with the threat. Gonna go for a Heavy Slam, which does a lot to Musharna. And Mega Aggron does outspeed the Musharna, so he's gonna get rid of that threat. Cody up 6-3 is just gonna go into his Suicune, sack it off from the Thundurus. He doesn't need it anymore now that the threat of setup Musharna is gone. And he's just gonna go into Metacham, which gets a nice fake out off. If he has Bullet Punch, he's gonna be able to secure the kill, which he does have Bullet Punch. And yeah, it's a pretty free swap onto Aggron at this point, but he's gonna go into Mudsdale. So fair enough. We're gonna see Drill Run do just nothing to this thing. And the Beedrill is gonna take some Rocky Helmet, gonna take some more Rocky Helmet, get out into the Regice, which has to take an Earthquake at this point. 40% is a solid chunk coming in from that Mudsdale. And then hoping for no Sleep Talk roll, not going to happen. The Drain Punch is going to kill through the Tropical Berry. Pure Power doesn't even care. Going to just go for a Bullet Punch. Actually going to swap out here to the Aggron, which goes for the Poison Jab. So TCB just at this point just saying, congrats Cody, you beat me. And have my Beedrill's life. And that's going to be a 5-0 for the London Lapras. And then, for our third weekly hero, we have Megachar Y getting 4 kills against Ian. As the Portland Timbers take a 2-0 victory over the Arcane Arcanines. And yeah, let's go ahead and hop into this nice hype match for you guys. So we got Electivire and Uxie. Let me take a drink real quick. So Electivire is going to Volt Switch out into the Extra Drill. As Extra Drill is going to go for the Rapid Spin on the Uxie. And Uxie does go for the Foul Play, so Ian's going to reveal that. And this is a bulkier drill, I can confirm. Well, it's kind of bulky. It's like really offensive, but its intent is to hazard control. So it's going to set up the rocks as Ian is going to go for his very offensive Zen Headbutt. He's back in heat with this Chestnut. It's an offensive set. And Megazard is going to go ahead and Mega Evolve, go for the Fire Blast, does miss. So don't get to see what this Uxie is quite yet. But just going to go for Fire Blast anyways, because he can't do anything to me. And Uxie is going to go for the Stealth Rocks, predicting the swap. And then not wanting the Magmortar to come out for free, just going to go out into my Extra Drill, can get off a nice Rapid Spin, as Uxie is going to get the first kill of the match. But hazards are gone and hazards are up. So good for me. Zydoge is going to go ahead and claim the Uxie, making it a 5-5 at this point. Ian is going to go right out into his Chestnut and go for the Rock Tomb, hence why I did not go to my Zard. Not trying to risk that. So Ian trying to make some plays right now. I'm not falling for it. And just going to go for the HP Fire. His Sludge Bomb will not do anything because he is likely bulletproof. Ian is a smart player and he has no reason not to run bulletproof. So Slowbro is going to come out. Slowbro can go for the Ice Beam here. It's going to do nothing to Hutch the Clutch the Finny. And Finny does not have leftovers. So it's going to be like Z-Move, or we're going to see a Choice Banded Trick. So good on Ian trying to cripple my wall core with Trick. Very smart idea. Going to go for the Clear Smog. Does really solid damage to this Chestnut. Because I don't want to click Sludge Bomb, especially if I'm locked in. And Ian is going to try and Rock Tomb here, as Clear Smog is going to do a lot to this Chestnut. It's going to put Ian at a range where he's going to have to go for the Synth here. And Clear Smog, again, doing solid damage to this Chestnut. Another one is not going to kill, so he can go for a Zen Headbutt. but he's actually just going to synth up. He might as well. He's not going to go for the Seed Bomb, but Ice Beam does pressure him enough that he's going to have to swap out in a minute. As I'm going to go out into my Amoonguss, as it's going to get the Regenerator between these two. Regen Core, got to use it how it was meant to be used. I'm going to go for the Clear Smog. Now this forces him to go for the Synth. I figure there's no way that he's going to click Rock Tomb here. Going to go aggressive out into Zard Y. So Zard Y coming out aggressive here. Just going to go for the Fire Blast. And Zard was not wearing his contacts this week. And is going to miss again. Electivire is going to come out. Ian goes for the Rock Tomb. Again, just trying to kill this Zard. It's a big threat to his team. And then Electivire is going to go on a misprediction on my part. I thought he was going to go Chestnut or Garchomp, but that's not the case. And Zygarde is going to go for the Outrage. And I really messed up because I forgot the mechanics of Outrage. So, or no, I didn't mess up yet. Oops. So Finny is going to go for the Ice Beam, which does a good amount to Amoonguss, considering now that Amoonguss does not have Assault Vest. And Helios goes for the Hyper Voice. Again, doing almost enough, and then it's going to take Gear Drain, then on the following turn kills it. So Zygarde is going to go for the Outrage. This is when I mess up. So Zygarde kills the Chestnut, and my smart self gonna forget that forget the mechanics of Outrage, and Ian's gonna be able to pick off the Zydoge. Got the Chestnut down, I guess. And then Zard Y is going to come out, and here's where the fun begins. So we're going to set up a Dragon Dance with the Zard Y. So Zard Y is going to take an Ice Beam. Finny is going to go out into the Magmortar. Ian is going to try and stop this thing any way that he can. But Solar Beam does two-shot this Magmortar. So that's what's going to happen. Char Y getting its first kill. Out comes the Garchomp, and Char Y is going to go for the HP Ice. At this point, Ian is just trying to get rid of the Sun, so that Solar Beam isn't fully charged. And just going to go for the Solar Beam, does tremendous amounts of damage to this Garchomp. And then going to HP Ice, and down goes Garchomp. Second kill for Char Y. And Ian is going to go into the Finny, which the Finny does not have a Water type move. His best move to hit me with is Ice Beam. And Char Y goes for the Solar Beam, gets rid of the Finny. Then out comes the Heliolisk. And D-Dance, special attacking Mega Char Y, going to claim a nice 4-kill sweep as the Portland Timbers take a 2-0 over the Arcane Arcanides. And then for the 6th match, we have the Battle of St. Louis, which last year went to the Swablues, and again, this season will go to the Swablues. So we're going to see 2-0 from Malone over Anderson, and Anderson has been struggling tremendously. But Malone is really on the uprising right now. Getting a nice win over a very competent coach as Brad. And let's just go ahead and see the match. I could have put Rotom as a weekly hero. Oh well. Oh well. I done goofed. It's okay. So we're going to see the Hariyama go for the knockoff. And A-Rod, no, there's a reason why I didn't make it a weekly hero. I sensed that his nickname was terrible, of a terrible sports player. So yes. We're going to see Rotom Mo go for the Willis. And Grant, if you're watching this video, I know you agree with me. So we're going to see Rotom Mo then go for a Pain Split. Then going to swap out, does not want to take an Icicle Spear. Mainly an Icicle Crash, but you know, Icicle Spear is going to hurt too. That's just for like a sub Togekiss or something like that. It makes sense. But Bronzong is just going to go for the Stealth Rock, set him up. And then Malone is going to live on 1 by the grace of God. And then Ice Shard is going to do a little bit of damage to the Bronzong. And then going for a Gyro Ball. Not really doing all that much. The rocks did most of the damage to the Mandibuzz there. But Rotom comes out, just puts on a lot of pressure. Brad's going to go out into his Mamoswine. Malone's going to make a safe play and go for the Will-O-Wisp, which really cripples his Mamo. Malone could have stayed in, but he's going to choose to just go on the Bronzong, because Bronzong fires off a Gyro Ball as well. So Malone's in a really good spot right now. His Rotom puts on so much pressure. And the one thing that really kills it is crippled. So now Malone is going to get rid of the Mandibuzz by exploding with his Bronzong, so definitely a worthwhile trade. I'm going to trade 1 for 1 there. We're going to be sitting at 5-5. Now Hariyama is going to take the Volt Switch. Not well, but it does. And Earthquake does chip this Mamo down, and then Bullet Punch will be able to finish off the kill. Tapu Koko coming out. Going to go for the Volt Switch. Bartolo. Okay, that's a good nickname. So you have A-Rod, then you go to Bartolo. Come on, my guy. So we're going to see Bullet Punch. Rock Blast is going to do absolutely nothing. Yeah, we're going to see Bullet Punch not kill, and then Brad's just going to go for another Bullet Punch, or Rock Blast. Why not? It's going to hit 5 times anyways. And then Rotom-Mow does come out, and the Cinccino is not going to be able to do enough with this Rock Blast. It's going to get the Rotom to about 2/4 of its health. And then Mega Deontay gets to come out as Empoleon does. We're going to see if Aqua Jet is not. So Malone is going to get some value out of this thing. Is going to get a nice Earth Power off. It does allow this Empoleon to set up. If it was like weakness policy Empoleon, Anderson would have won right there if he has Flash Cannon. But he has the Wakan Berry instead, so fair enough. Giancarlo. Okay, Malone, these nicknames, bro, they're fire, but that A-Rod nickname, I don't know about that. A little questionable. So we're going to see Tapu Koko, nice dazzling damage. But the Kyurem is going to go for the Earth Power. Rotom-Mow is going to come out, does die to Stone Edge, thank God. And Brian Dozier, nice. We got Giancarlo. We got Giancarlo Stanton. We got Alex Rodriguez. We got Brian Dozier. Was the Mega Deontay Carlos Correa? Maybe the I need to go look back. Another Hariyama was Bartolo Colon. I'm sorry, I'm more intrigued about his nicknames. I'm a huge baseball fan. So he's probably Carlos Correa. And Prince Fielder. Okay, nice nicknames, I love it. But anyways, Malone does win the game 2-0. Nice played game by him. Sorry if I got caught up in the baseball names. It's just too nice. And then for the last match that we have for you guys this week, we have the very, very hot Washington Wailords. They're going to get cooled off this week by the also extremely hot PC Barcelona. Now, if you would have looked at these two teams last season going into this game, you'd be like, oh, this is a sleeper game. Or this is a game that it doesn't really matter for anything. Both teams are probably out of playoffs. No, both these teams are on fire this season. Shadow picked up a very big win last week. He's going to pick up another big win this week. And Cam's been really hot, went on a 2-game winning streak. He's going to get cooled off, but these are two teams that have very legitimate shots at playoffs. And they're at the bottom barrel of the standings, so it just shows you that anything can happen in the ASL. So without further ado, let's hop into it. We're going to see Smeargle lead out, and it's probably going to be Sash, but it's going to go for the Spore, outspeeding the Mega Heracross. It's probably not what Shadow wanted to see. We're going to see Sticky Web and Stealth Rock be set up, and Shadow's going to remain sleeping, so he's probably not loving that. He's then going to go for a Pin Missile, which just obliterates this Latios. It's a questionable play on Cam's part when he has a Jellicent right there, just because Pin Missile's the play anyways, because if it is Focus Sash, you want to break through that. So Shadow makes the right play 100% of the time. So Hippowdon does come out on the Meloetta, and Meloetta is gonna have to swap out into the Scizor. Scizor can take this thing on pretty decently, even with Fire Fang. It's not gonna be able to really beat it out. Scizor can go for Toxic, like we're gonna see. Fire Fang is gonna do 66%, but coupled with the leftovers, it's gonna be able to roost up. The Toxic is there. It's just not gonna be able to really do enough. Shadow's just gonna go over the Crunch. That's going to be what he's aiming for, the Crunch defensive drop. But the Fire Fang is doing nice damage, not going to lie. Hippowdon is going to be chipped down a little bit there. But the U-turn is going to get into the Jellicent to take on the Fire Fang pretty nicely, and then can go and fire off a Scald. So Selly comes out. Selly is asleep. And Hex is going to do some good damage due to it being asleep. And just going to go over another Hex. I mean, why not? And another one will kill the Selly, but Selly is going to go for a Leech Seed. And Hex doesn't kill because it wakes up. So Selly going to go for the Toxic. A Burn is going to come through, but the Leech Seed is going to prevent this Selly from dying. So probably a thorn in Cam's side at this point. Does not want to see this thing surviving so long. And then the Leech Seed is going to potentially put this thing out of range, but with a burn, it's not going to be out of range. So Shadow's going to make the prediction that this is going to be a Hex here. Good play on his part. And he can put on a lot of pressure with this Swellow. The Jellicent is weak, so it's going to drop to a Boom Burst. And then Smeargle comes out. Shadow does not want this thing. Actually, he doesn't care if it's going to be put to sleep. Okay, I'm going to make a very bold play. It's not going to pay off for him. And we're going to see a Spore, but Selly is going to be burned anyway. So Shadow making all the right plays in this match. I mean, if we look at Shadow compared to last season to this season, he's been just making fantastic plays. And would not be surprised if he goes into the playoffs and makes a deep run. Got a great team, but Cam playing well in his own right. But we're going to see him just being outplayed in this match, just plain and simple. We're going to see Scizor go for the U-turn. Not going to happen because the Selly did go for the Protect. And we're going to see U-turn do nice and 4%. That is solid chip if I've ever seen it. Shadow knows it's going to go for a U-turn, so just wants to go ahead and set up a Leech Seed. It doesn't hurt. Going to go for the Protect. Just wants to get a little bit more chip on this Meloetta before he wants to take that big Charge Beam. He doesn't care about taking it, honestly, because you can just get off a nice Heavy Slam, but he's going to go for the Toxic instead. Going to get some Leech Seed. Can go for a Protect if he wants. I mean, why not? If it's a Charge Beam variant, it's likely not going to be able to set up in any other way. So you're fine. Just clicking Protect here. The Protect is going to keep him out of range of this. And then Toxic with Leech Seed is just going to weaken this Meloetta down so much. And Shadow with the Toxic combined with the Leech Seed on this turn is going to be so close to killing this Meloetta. And we're just going to go see Shadow sack off the Mismagius. But actually it's going to live, so it's fine there. And Mismagius can put on some pressure. Going to go for the Mystical Fire, so nice. Just to get rid of that thing. And then the Smeargle. Selly is the easy play here, just doesn't want to get spored. And Shadow can just go ahead and preserve this 5-0. And imagine Smeargle has nothing to hit this thing with. Yeah, it's just a... it's just there to like set up hazards and such. So if he clicks Heavy Slam, I won't skip. Okay, I was gonna say if he clicks Toxic, I will just skip to the end. But it's gonna be a short-lived life for Smeargle. So a very well played game by Shadow and the PC Barcelona, and Cam is gonna be slowed down after a nice 2-game winning streak, but nonetheless a very good game played by both. And that is going to be the week, guys. Thank you guys all for watching week 4 of weekly recap of season 5 of the ASL. And I will see you guys all in the next video, which will be, well, I won't see you guys in it, but it'll be top plays from Malone. So thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.